The first movie that I want to discuss is Mr. Ron Clark. Ron Clark was a successful elementary school teacher. However, he felt that there are students who need him. Following his inner calling, he went to New York City, hoping that he will learn something. When he walked around to apply a job as a teacher, he met with a student who ran away from school. Then he decided to enroll to this school. He was given a class with these extra misbehavior kids. At the first, it was hard for him to manage this classroom. He gave up after shaking a 12 years old kid's chair. Yet, he came back to the school after his friend motivated him. Several months passed. Mr. Ron Clark successfully managed the classroom and made all the parents and school principals proud of these kids. The next thing is the scene that related with the theory. In this scene, Mr. Clark stopped the students because one of the students, named Semeika, cut in line, and he said they will not get the lunch unless Semeika admit that she did it. According to Lewis 1997, in dealing with students' misbehavior, a teacher may let the students to decide how they should behave or model of influence, which means the students decide on their own behavior. They modify their behavior after observing its impact on others. After Semeika realized that her selfishness made the other could not get the lunch, she finally admitted that she cut in line. The next movie that I want to discuss is Dangerous Minds. Miss Johnson was an ex-Marine English teacher in Parkmont High School. It was hard for Miss Johnson at the first time to teach the misbehavior teenagers that have so many complicated backgrounds. Yet, she used her ability in karate to approach the students. During her teaching experience in Parkmont High School, she experienced many bad moments that made her give up until one of her students told her that these students really need her more than anything. Finally, Miss Johnson came back, and together with her students, they make their dreams come true. In this scene, Miss Johnson used Lee-Wai-shing approaches to misbehavior students, that is, goodwill and encouragement. By visiting Raul's house, Miss Johnson showed that she cared for the students. Raul's parents first expected that Miss Johnson came to talk about his son's fight with Emilio. Yet, Miss Johnson told the parents the other thing. Miss Johnson said that she was so lucky to have Raul in her class. This action showed that Miss Johnson came to help Raul in regaining his confidence. Now, let's move on to the third movie, that is Freedom Rider. Quite similar with Dangerous Minds, most of the students in Woodrow Wilson High School have their own complicated background. Then Erin Gruwell or Miss G, after several days, asked the students to write a journal and save it in the bookshelf. Through the journal, Miss G found out the true problems that her students face. Miss G tried all the best that she could to buy some books for her students to read, invited her students to a museum, and had a dinner with her students with some Holocaust victims to share their story to the students. With all her efforts, Miss G finally could change her students' paradigm. Brophy 1987 study on motivating peoples may include the psychological needs of the students. In this scene, Miss G showed that she cared for her students. She asked the students to toast for a chance. She said that all the students need a chance for a better future. The last movie is Sister Act 2. Dolores, who was a bar singer, changed her job into a teacher in San Francisco, and she named herself as Mary Clarence. After she found out that her students have talent in music, she taught them to be a choir. By renovating the abandoned room in the school, Mary Clarence used it as their room to practice. Even though the other teachers already found out that Dolores was not a nun, in the short time that she had, she could make her students join the choir competition, and they came out as the first winner. In this scene, we can see that they are renovating a new room. Related with Weber group process theory, that is management as creating productive groups. Mary Clarence tried her best to combine all the students' talents into one choir. By renovating a new room, Mary Clarence applied revising components of classroom management, that is, management of the physical environment, where the teacher needs to create the best possible physical environment to ensure that their students have a comfortable and pleasant atmosphere in which to learn. As their goal is to join the choir competition, Mary Clarence successful in renovating a new room for the students to practice for choir competition.